When most people look at real estate, they focus on the obvious things. They look at the location, the price, the payment plan, the brochure that promises a lifestyle. But sophisticated investors, the one who consistently get ahead of market shifts, they think differently. They step back, they ask deeper questions. They ask, why does this place exist in the first place? What macro force is creating the demand? Who's shaping this community, and what are they building it for in 5, 10, or even 20 years' time? When you apply that lens to Hudayriyat, everything changes. Because Hudayriyat isn't just a new island with villas and beachfront. It's not just another master planned district. Hudayriyat is a strategic response to global migration, demographic evolution, and the future identity of Abu Dhabi. I've spent over a year studying this island, walking the plots, speaking with planners, mapping the project development, analysing government policy. And the more you zoom out, the clearer it becomes. Hudayriyat is where the next era of Abu Dhabi will live. Let's talk about demand, because demand is everything. Today, Abu Dhabi is experiencing one of the most powerful demand cycles anywhere in the world. And the first driver of that demand is the global financial migration. The world's fund managers, sovereign capital partners, and billionaire families aren't relocating to the UAE by accident. They're coming for structure, they're coming for stability, and more importantly, they're coming for the ADGM, Abu Dhabi Global Market, one of the fastest growing financial jurisdictions on the planet. More than 11,000 new businesses established in a single year. Private equity teams moving regional headquarters. Global hedge funds shifting from Europe and Asia to Abu Dhabi. These are individuals and institutions with serious liquidity. And here's the key. These people don't want city centre high density living. They don't want towers where 400 neighbours can see into their balcony. They want privacy. They want a home that feels like a resort. They want nature, space, beach access, wellness, a marina for the weekend. They want it all within a short, comfortable drive to ADGM. That combination used to be impossible in Abu Dhabi. Hudayriyat is the answer to that demand. The second shift shaping this island is family migration. Abu Dhabi, more than any other city in the region, has become the capital of calm, secure, long-term family life. Parents want clean beaches, lower density, the best schools, proper outdoor recreation, safe cycling, real community. Hudayriyat is not a place for transient tourism. It's being built for generational living. Go there any weekend. You'll see kids on bikes, families on beaches, people training outdoors. It feels alive in a completely different way. And here's why that matters. End users create long-term value. Investors trade, families stay. Communities evolve, prices compound. Then we have the pricing imbalance, and this is the investment case that no one is pricing incorrectly. When you compare Hudayriyat's current villa pricing to Dubai's prime beachfront, whether that's Palm Jumeirah or Jumeirah Bay, the gap is staggering. And these are not two separate countries. These are twin capitals across the UAE. Real estate behaves like water. It always finds its level. The pricing on Hudayriyat is not aligned with what the district is becoming. It is aligned with what Abu Dhabi used to be. And for investors, that gap represents the clearest asymmetric upside in the UAE right now. Now, none of this is luck. Hudayriyat is government-backed, long horizon city building with 4 strategic key pillars. The first pillar is lifestyle positioning. Saadiyat is culture, Yas is entertainment. Hudayriyat completes the national lifestyle triangle. Sport, wellness, and beachfront living, designed for the future of how people want to live. The second pillar is global standard wellness and sports infrastructure. You don't build a world-class surf complex, a velodrome, kilometres of cycle routes, a rugby football stadium, marinas, parks, cycle trails, hiking trails, community clubhouse, unless the goal is to create a destination brand for the capital. This island will be one of the most attractive, active, healthy communities across the Middle East. And that identity alone will attract both end users and capital. The third pillar is stability. Dubai is the capital of velocity, fast, dynamic, global, liquid. Abu Dhabi is building for legacy. Hudayriyat has low-density neighbourhoods, elevated plots, gated privacy, real walkability and green space. Quality, people feel the moment they arrive. This is the foundation of sustainable price appreciation, when people don't just buy, but they stay. The fourth pillar is perhaps the most overlooked. Hudayriyat expands Abu Dhabi's freehold map. For years, freehold was essentially Saadiyat, Yas, and parts of Al Reem. Hudayriyat unlocks an entirely new growth corridor. And cities always expand outward from the water. What feels like the edge of today becomes the centre of tomorrow. Think about Dubai 15 years ago. Communities once seen as far out are now prime core. Abu Dhabi will repeat that arc. Hudayriyat will benefit the most. But despite this alignment, many investors still hesitate for reasons that don't stand up to scrutiny. The first misconception is liquidity. Hudayriyat is early, the island is in phase 1, and that's where the best opportunities exist now. Liquidity follows handovers, liquidity follows schools opening, retail activation, marina development, waterfront hospitality and sports tourism. If you wait until everything is built and everyone agrees it's prime, the value has already been priced in. The second misconception is comparison. Many investors make the wrong comparison set, lining up Hudayriyat against older non-freehold villa communities. That's like comparing a future Palm Jumeirah to a standard suburban community inland. The only true comparisons are Saadiyat Villas, Yas Villas and Abu Dhabi's best waterfront addresses. And in those matchups, Hudayriyat currently leads on price per square foot, positioning and long-term lifestyle appeal. The third misconception is underestimating the developer, Modon. This is not a private developer juggling cash flow or trying to deliver as cheaply as possible. This is a government-backed master developer with the financial strength and mandate to build a flagship district for the capital. Risk is significantly lower, delivery quality is higher, and that matters more than ever in a prime market. So let's talk about performance, because that's where the real upside sits. There are 5 forces that will push Hudayriyat ahead of traditional prime areas over the next decade. First, scarcity. Abu Dhabi has far less freehold beachfront than Dubai. 16 kilometres of new coastline sounds like a lot, but the ultra-prime villa plots along that coastline are extremely limited. Scarcity drives value, and this level of beachfront scarcity is rare. Second, privacy and elevation. The Hills community offer natural tiered elevation, meaning no villa overlooks another. Wide views, water on the horizon, homes that offer real seclusion. Ultra high net worth buyers will always pay for privacy, and this island delivers it properly. Third, destination appeal. Hudayriyat is already a destination. Sports tourism, regional events, weekend recreation. When a community becomes a place for people to aspire to spend time, values strengthen structurally. Demand grows even from those who don't live there yet. Fourth, waterfront activation. As hotels open, yacht traffic increases and the marina becomes a hub for waterfront dining and luxury hospitality, lifestyle premium steps up. Some of the future homes will even have private docks, placing them in a tier previously unavailable in Abu Dhabi villas. Fifth, the ADGM wealth effect. The people relocating here aren't just wealthy, they're lifestyle-driven professionals who value their time more than anything else. Being able to finish a meeting in a global financial district and be home, by the water, with family in under 15 minutes, that is powerful. Hudayriyat is the only place where that equation works fully. So what does this mean for investors? It means the window for early positioning is right now. You're buying into Abu Dhabi's flagship freehold waterfront district at the foundational stage, before pricing reflects its full identity. At the exact same time, global capital is flowing into the city. That combination is how compounding returns are created. Not hype, not speculation, structure. And for home buyers, Hudayriyat represents something incredibly rare in the UAE, a genuinely quiet, low-density, family-first community. Clean turquoise waters, beaches and natures everywhere you look, sports and wellness integrated into daily life. Elevated plots with privacy, a master plan designed for multi-generational living, and a price point that, in just a few years, will feel unbelievably low compared to its true positioning. Abu Dhabi is evolving faster than people realise. The city is becoming a magnet for global talent, global capital, and long-term residents who want more than just financial upside. They want balance, well-being, and community. Hudayriyat is the physical expression of that evolution. It represents everything the future of the capital is designed around. The demographic shift, the pricing imbalance, the scarcity of waterfront, the rise of sport and wellness, the quality and stability that families value. Smart money always moves early. It positions before the narrative becomes obvious. Hudayriyat is one of those rare inflection points where the macro, the lifestyle, and the opportunity all align. And the investors who recognise that the earliest are the ones who will gain the most. If you'd like a personal breakdown of the strongest villa zones, the most scarce plot lines, and the units most likely to outperform over the next decade, reach out. I'd be delighted to guide you through the full picture. Because what's being built on the island will define the next era of Abu Dhabi living, and the time to position is now.